So look, I asked Twitter before Drake died and J. Cole, who was the big three?
Mm.
And people responded with some interesting
Answer's crazy.
answers. Are good.
Oh, good.
They're good ones. But before I read some of the responses, what's yours?
Oh, this is gonna be stupid. I'm gonna go Jay-Z, Nas, and Snoop.
Jay-Z, Nas, Snoop. Okay.
Well, if I'm being honest, for my preference, I'm gonna go Jay-Z, Snoop, and DMX.
So that's your big three.
That's my big three.
Who was the official big three?
It'd probably be Nelly, Eminem, and either Jay-Z or Snoop Dogg.
Okay. So Nelly was mentioned.
Yeah, Nelly got to be in there, and Eminem got to be in there.
So shout out to Jonesy ____, a lot of underscores. Anthony J. He actually broke it down by time period.
Okay.
So he started off with 2005 to 2010, and he has Wayne, Kanye, Jay-Z. 2000 to 2005, he has Eminem, Nelly, 50, and he added Jay-Z as well. 95 to 2000, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop, DMX. Obviously, he's doing more than three. 1990 to 95, Ice Cube, Snoop, LL Cool J, Eazy-E. 85 to 90, LL Cool J, Rakim, Kane, and Fresh Prince.
Big Daddy Kane, yeah. So I like that they did eras because I went back. I skipped a generation. Like I skipped Kanye and Wayne and went back to before them.
Yeah.
And I did that because the way I think of the big three, I'm thinking of a decade run.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So before Drake, we hadn't really seen nobody run for Wayne did. He was actually for a decade.
But that's why I think before, I think it probably was a pause on niggas going crazy.
Correct.
At a moment.
Correct.
But before these three.
It had to be Wayne, Ye.
And 50.
For sure.
It had to
so
be.
I went a generation before them.
Yeah. But people are doing that.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the replies are quoting Jay-Z saying, only what do you say? Only one's moving units is M, Pimp, Juice, and us.
Yep.
So what's another interesting thing is that, so this is Ice Code D87 on X. He said it wasn't really no big three. It was more of dynamic duos. So he said Kanye and Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Eminem, Tupac and Biggie, Run DMC, and NWA. And then he said notables 50 Nas, Nicki, Outkast, Dre, Snoop, and Nelly.
Oh, Nicki, yeah.
And then somebody else made a good one.
Nicki got to be in there.
Yeah. She's for sure one of them. But
is she in there? Is she in there with the Wayne and Ye?
Because now it would kind of change the conversation, but because you can go crew, Young Money.
Young Money.
Versus.
Shit, everybody else.
Yeah. You could go crew at that point.
But that would include Drake.
That's crew, though.
Yeah, but that would include Drake. I wouldn't count that. If we're going before Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
No, listen to what I'm saying. Oh, okay. I get what you said. But that's why I said the conversation would change.
It would change.
So
correct.
now it's a different conversation.
It's a different conversation.
But if you go crew, who's the top three from each crew? You got Rough Riders. You got Young Money. You got Dipset.
Rockefeller.
That's a good one, too.
Yeah.
This person is J.R. Smooth. They said, I hate how the big three opportunities skipped over Joel Santana, Fabulous, and Lloyd Banks.
If I'm being honest, Fabulous, I could see Fabulous his problem was probably just output, right? Joel Santana, his problem was probably, I guess, notoriety or big records. Like he didn't have very many big records. And then Lloyd Banks, according to 50's book that I finished, that's fire, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, it was Lloyd Banks' fault that didn't pan out the way that he had hoped. So I would look at it like that. But I also have more context than most people because I, looked into it.
I have another good one from Snow Johnson _. They said in the hood it was Gucci, Boosie, and Jeezy.
Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me think. Let me look at Jeezy. Because Jeezy came out in 05.
Mm-hmm.
And then up to 2015, that would be 10 years. Because he dropped Trap or Die in 2017, I think. Jeezy's a good one. I forgot about Jeezy.
And then another
I
good
think it's
one.
too many to do big threes, man.
Yeah, it's a lot. Because we wasn't really like, I don't think we was paying attention.
Nah, we wasn't looking at it like that. Yeah, because look, Trap or Die 3 came out in 2016. So that would be like a year after. Yeah, I don't know. Well, these albums didn't perform the same way as his first one, so.
I got another good one for you.
The Recession, TN 103. Yeah, Jeezy would be, if I say Jeezy Prime, it would be 2005 to about 2010-ish. So that's 5 years. So that's a generation.
Mm-hmm. So this one comes from 2B_no feelings, and they also broke it down by era. So he said, that's tough. How far back we going? So the first group of 3 is The Game, Lil Wayne, and Jay-Z.
When is that?
He didn't put the time.
Okay.
The second group of 3 is T.I., Luda, and Nelly.
T.I. runs crazy too.
Mm-hmm. And then the third one is DMX, 50 Cent, Ja Rule. The fourth one is Pac, Snoop, and Biggie. And then the last one is Ice Cube, Rakim, and Big Daddy Kane.
That's a great fucking question, Gina Views. Mm-hmm. If I had to go and bet my money though, like I had to bet my house, I would definitely go Wayne, Ye, and then
50.
And either 50 or Nicki.
Yeah.
Would be in that.
Or M.
No, because Eminem was before that.
Who would you put Eminem with?
Jay-Z and Nelly. That's why he said that on the record in Pimp Juice and Us. That was Blueprint 2.
But why would Nelly be with them?
Pimp Juice is Nelly.
I mean, not Nelly. Who did you say?
Eminem, Jay-Z, and Nelly.
Okay, now that you say it, though, I get it because they was moving units, but are they necessarily the big 3?
I see what you say.
Was that ever a conversation?
No, we never referred to it like that, though.
But also, it never was like, these the 3 niggas that we own right now.
That's running shit.
Yeah.
We did have 3. We did have people that was the people that were running shit. We didn't we didn't refer to them as something. So we had Wayne, who was undoubtedly like the heavyweight champion, running everything, on everything. He was the Godfather. Mm-hmm. And then you had Kanye, who run is undeniable, right? Mm-hmm. From College Dropout to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, undeniable run. Mm-hmm. That had to be 8 years or something like that. Yeah. Then you have 50 Cent, who undeniable run as well. Ye came out 2004 or 3. Mm-hmm. 50 came out around the same time because that's when they did that thing around when Curtis versus Late Registration, I think. It was both of them back and forth. So you have to put them right there. So you got to do 50 and you have to do Kanye. The third one would have to be Wayne.
Well, we was talking about Nelly, Eminem, and Jay-Z.
I know, but I'm saying if I had to bet, if I had to be sure, these were the big 3 before your initial question, I would bet my money on that.
Okay. I just wouldn't. I would rather, if I'm going to go with Nelly with anybody, he going with Ludacris.
I agree with you. Because Nelly came out in 2001, I think. Oh, no, he came out in 99.
Yeah, underlay, mama, E-I.
Yeah, Country Grammar came out in 99 and something like that. So, yeah, he would be before that then.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go Ye, Wayne, and 50.
And 50, yeah.
I'm going to have to do that.
Because you know how you just said, too, that it wasn't nobody before these 3 right now that was, just, moving for real?
Except Wayne.
No, but that goes back to that because we're talking about a time where 3 people are just killing it. Yeah. And just killing everybody.
Everything.
Like people are saying in the comments, the big 3 is such a new type of conversation. You saw the dude, he gave a list, but it was all 4s. People in groups of 2. It just really even though it's a new way to describe three people moving all together at the same time and killing shit from the same generation. But it also poses the question of when's the last time three niggas in rap just been going stupid.
Touche.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, hit us up. And okay. This person did a good one, and I like this one too.
Okay.
Drew Mixon said they said three of the rappers from Swagger Like Us. That's T.I., that's Kanye, that's Lil Wayne. I think Jay-Z even on Swagger Like Us. He is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see when T.I. came out.
That's a fight. We don't even talk about that song enough.
We don't. And that was a monumental song.
Yeah.
That song came out and shut everything down.
Nigga. You know what else is crazy?
Bro, T.I. came out in 2001. Now it get tricky. Because now it's finna get tricky. Hold on. Because the first one don't count. Niggas don't count I'm Serious.
But that's why I would like the T.I. Gucci. It was T.I. Jeezy, and I forgot who else they put in there.
Niggas got to put some respect on T.I.
Yeah.
So the people don't count the first record, which is I'm Serious. Trap Music came out in 2003.
Is that what's the single?
Shit, 24s and fucking. It was the album.
What was the one with the Jay-Z sample on it?
Bring 'em Out.
Bring 'em Out.
That was on Urban Legend. That was 2004. That was a year later.
So what's the single on the second album?
Okay. So look, the first album that we actually count is called Trap Music. That was 2003. That had 24s on it. That's when
How
we
24s go? That's how okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then he had the song called Let's Get Away. Hey, let's get away.
That was later on.
That was on the same album.
Let's Get Away is on that?
Trap Music shut shit down. Because we didn't call
Let's Get Away is on that?
Nigga, we didn't call this shit trap music until this album came out.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he invented trap music, but him, DJ Toomp, like that whole crew, that's where this shit kind of started from. There was no trap category of music.
I thought Let's Get Away was like 2005.
No, fool. It just had staying power. That motherfucker was on 106 and Park.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, fool. So look.
How do I remember seeing that on 106 and Park?
Rubber Band Man was the first.
Woo, Rubber Band Man. Yeah.
Trap Music came out in 2003. Then a year later, Urban Legend came out. That's Bring 'Em Out. That's You Don't Know Me. That's ASAP.
ASAP.
Yeah, fool. Get Loose was on that album. What's the other one? Why You Mad at Me?
Nigga, hold on.
So look.
I'm about to fuck you up right now with this video.
So look, 2003, if you go 10 years from that, that's 2013. And 2013, by then, people say he was done. But the last big shit he had was off of, it was what was a big record that everybody, I'll say it was off of Paper Trail. And that was, what was the name of that song? Swing Your Rag.
Nigga.
And whatever you like when #1 in the country. And that came out in 2008.
Swagger Like Us has T.I., Kanye, Jay-Z, Drake, and Lil Wayne. When the fuck was they all on stage together?
Oh, I ain't seen that. I ain't never seen that.
When is this?
When do it say? I don't know.
It don't say nothing.
It don't say nothing.
I don't remember seeing them all on stage together. And you know what's another good one? The Deuces remix.
Yeah.
Deuces remix has Kanye, T.I., Drake, Rick Ross, Fabulous, Andre 3000.
I ain't gonna lie. We might have to restructure some of these lists.
Yes. I don't like the way they merge everything together. I don't like the way they do that. It had to go by era.
While I'm looking at T.I.'s catalog, like, I understand why he be mad a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Urban Legend.
Like him and Jeezy got some shit.
Yeah.
This King, yeah, I don't know. We gonna have to revisit this.
You know what's a good one? A good song that just how we saying Swagger Like Us, Deuces, like I was just so many or so much. Now looking back, there are legendary acts on there. Everybody goats now are at GOAT status. Monster.
Monster.
Eminem, Kanye, and Nicki.
Jay-Z. And
Jay-Z?
Rick Ross.
What is Eminem on with her?
Eminem not on there.
Oh, Roman's Revenge.
Roman's Revenge. So Monster is Ye, Ross, Nicki, and Jay.
Yeah.
And Nicki spazzed.
That's a good one. Pull up in a color.
Ross didn't have a full verse, so I don't count that. Even though you should, I don't count it. But Nicki ate them niggas up on that record.
And I'm all up in the bank with a funny face. And if I'm fake,
Nicki was smashing shit. Hold on, let me go to Nicki shit real quick, then we can move on.
Let me get this straight. Wait, I'm your Ricky? Oh, Nicki was talking crazy.
Nicki was spazzing. Hold on.
100K for a verse, no album out. And my money so tight, I gotta climb it.
So Pink Friday.
I don't really give a F-U-C-K. Forget Barbie. Fuck Nicki. She's fake. Oh, she was hard.
Pink Friday came out in 2010.
Damn. 15 years ago?
Pink Friday came out in 2010. And then she had the Roman Reloaded 2012. And then the Pink Print came in 2014.
Not like that, but fuck them albums because she was cooking on them
features.
them videos.
Yeah, Ludacris.
Remember, it was like a movie type of thing that came out with her rapping and shit on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think Nicki, you would have to move Nicki up a little bit because she came out in 2010.
But where you putting her at?
You would have. I don't know. I'll have to move her. She got to move down. She can't be in the same shit with Tip and Game and them. Mm-hmm. She came out 10 years after them niggas.
Damn, Game.
Game came out 2005.
Where you putting Game though?
I don't know because nigga, it's murky now. Nigga, like the waters is muddy. Like you know what I'm saying? You have to put Game in the conversation.
You have to put Game in conversation.
You have to. Documentary is a classic album.
Yeah.
Who else dropped classic albums between 2000? Well, a lot of classic albums. We just talked about.
Yeah, they turned 20 this year. And Documentary is one of them. Carter 2, Beanie Sigel, Common. All those came out same year as Documentary.
I don't want to talk about this no more. I don't know. Because
it's fucking me up. And you know what I hate? And I don't know if it's that maybe I am becoming a OB. Mm-hmm. Because in my mind, I'm thinking I don't want to be the person who's looking at the newer generations like, oh, y'all don't have no goats, the music is trash. Mm-hmm. But I don't see these conversations happening for these same people in the next 20, 30 years.
No.
We talking about shit from 99.
Facts.
I wasn't even old enough to even know down, baby, but I was saying it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, this one of the ones that fuck me up every time.
How many? Hold on, let me do this last one. How many rappers? All right. So, according to AI, Post Malone has a diamond record. Eminem has a diamond record. Drake has a diamond record. Cardi B has a diamond record. Sway Lee has a diamond record. Kanye has a diamond record. Actually, let me give them their real props. Post Malone, 8 diamond records. Eminem, 6 diamond records. Singles. Drake, 5 diamond singles. Cardi B, 3 diamond singles. Sway Lee, 2 diamond singles. Kanye, 2 diamond singles. XXXTentacion, 2 diamond singles. Macklemore, Ryan Lewis, 2 diamond singles. Also, who has 1 diamond record, Travis Scott, Sicko Mode. Nicki Minaj, Super Bass, is a diamond record. Did you know that?
That's not a rap song.
Okay, it's not a rap song. Let's get rid of it. 50 Cent in the Club, Lil Wayne Lollipop. Yeah. And there's a couple more. Wiz Khalifa, See You Again. I don't look at that as a rap record, though.
Is Nicki a hybrid?
Of what?
Between eras?
Yes.
So maybe that's why we can't find nowhere to put her.
Same thing with Game then. Cause
Game's a hybrid.
Hell yeah, because Dre came out with 2001 and 2001. Mm. Then Eminem, the Marshall Mathers, the Eminem came out when 99. So that was like that whole Dre and Aftermath, Shady Aftermath era.
Because we would technically have to put Nicki and Drake in the same big 3.
You could technically got to put 50 Cent and Game in the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got to put Kanye in that same category. Mm-hmm. It's ugly. Like,
damn.
Then you got to, okay, hold on. Let me go back. You know who you got to put together? DMX and Nelly.
I'm not mad at that.
Because they came out similar around the same time. Both like around the same time.
I'm not mad at DMX, Nelly, and Luda.
For that? Ludacris came out later than them though. Back for the first time came out in like 2001. If I'm
Who's
not.
cracking the same time Luda cracking? Well, how far is 2001 from 99?
2 years. This is a wild comment. I ain't never thought about it this deep. Yeah, Ludacris came out 2000.
So?
Okay, so you can go Luda, Nelly, and DMX. I'm not mad at that.
But I'm still trying to figure out where to place Nicki.
Nicki?
Like, okay, from your memory, because I don't remember. Because you asked me from 2010 to 2020, I'm on YG.
Yes.
Pushes era.
Touche.
Early.
Yes.
Who else is cracking during Nicki's introduction to the game?
So if I'm being honest,
to her highest point.
Nicki she didn't come out with her own album like that. She came out and being sold to us through features and being with Wayne and them. And she did like whatever she said, some for the verse, no album out. She was dead ass. Like she didn't have an album. Pink Friday came out 2010. Nicki was cracking for 3 years. Yeah,
I didn't need the album though. I had LimeWire.
I'm just saying, Nicki
she was doing the whole Wayne thing. She was rapping on other beats.
Facts. She didn't have her own shit. She was booming for years before we even got Pink Friday. So I don't know how to even.
No, but we didn't get an album, but we had full songs from her. She was just rapping on other beats. We had Pussy Monster. She did Pussy Monster. We was talking about Banned from TV. She did Single Ladies.
So you're saying
we still knew she got busy and she could make music. She even had the song over Feel It in the Air when she was talking about losing a baby. Her mom died. I'm sorry, not her mom. Somebody got burnt up in the house. It was.
So you're saying who else?
We still got full bodies of work from her. Who else is just moving like that between 2010, 2020?
It wouldn't be 2010. She was cracking before 2010. So it would start like 2 years before that. So I would say about 2008 to.
So then she down there with 50 and Kanye now.
Nah, they was 2003-ish. We keep using the 5 as the half point.
Who's 2008?
That would be 2005 through 2010.
No, where you just placed Nicki at starting. You placed her at 2008?
Yeah.
So who 2008 is coming out and if we count it from the year they started?
Drake.
That's what I said.
Yeah. I don't know.
You move Drake.
So you move Drake.
From today. So now it fuck up this big 3. That's what I'm saying. This what I've been telling you.
Yeah. You know what?
Fuck it up.
Normally your high thoughts be all over. This is like I ain't never went this far down into the wormhole of it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I really am finna go try to figure this out.
You put Drake and Nicki together, then that takes Drake out of this one.
Yeah.
So now, who's right there?
But actually, you know what? Drake wouldn't be in the big 3 at that point. You just said who else is cracking. Nicki,
big 3.
So big 3, Nicki wouldn't be in that conversation until after her album came out. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I'm not saying that. I don't think it should start when the album came out. I think it should just count their whole run.
But she wasn't in the conversation for that big 3 until after Pink Friday, because then her sales and everything reflected.
No. Nobody's in these conversations. I'm saying who going crazy all at the same time that we can count as a big 3. Because her album is still considered, but you can't say, well, she didn't have an album out, so we're not gonna count the shit that happened before the album.
Yeah.
All the shit that happened before the album still should be considered because she was going so damn stupid. Nicki was the only female. She was the only person that people was talking about, and she was the only person. Well, not only person, but it was songs that was coming out that Nicki was out rapping everybody.
Yeah. So, I'm just pulling it up right now. Wiz. Wiz, I think Wale came out.
Now I've been saying Wale need to be talked about with Dot and Cole.
And Big Sean.
So
then I would go Nicki, Big Sean, probably Wale. No, Nicki, Big Sean, Wiz, because Black and Yellow was that whole shit was huge, and Cushion OJ was already a cult classic. Mm-hmm. So I would have to go Wiz before I would go Wale, if I'm being fair.
When did My Last come out?
2010 ish, because he had that. His album was Almost Famous. I remember when they was playing the shit out that on the radio. Him and Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was 2010
ish.
Yeah. Okay. So Wiz, Nicki, Big Sean.
I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't know who.
That's why I'm saying we could talk about this all day.
Yeah, because I mean, there's other people who here like B.O.B., but I wouldn't put him in there. Kid Cudi, I wouldn't put him in there. And so, yeah, but yeah, that's all I got.
Well,
this has been a bigger picture conversation. Like, you broke that shit down like Jeremy Hecht.
I'm telling you, I be high, bro. In my head, it be fucking me up.
Because you be sitting there thinking about this shit like,
yeah,
who came out in 2008 with Nicki?
Because it's like I am aware of all the music and I know all the music, but I don't know what outside felt like.
Yeah, see,
during that time. Right now, I'm actually experiencing Drake, J. Cole, and Dot's run.
Yeah, you being outside around.
I damn near grew up with them. Not with them literally, but like I grew up to see the beginning. No different how we talk about YG.
Yeah.
RJ. Like, I was able to feel their impact.
Correct.
Versus just hearing the music because my parents are playing it or older siblings, you know?
I agree with you.
So that's why it's like, I just want to know, like, what was the conversations? What was going, like, I remember Kanye in 50 doing the whole thing on 106 in Park about I think it was, the conversation was, if you sell more than me, then I'll retire. Like, it was something like that. Like, I remember that. I remember them niggas coming out on stage and stuff, you know? But it's like early 2000s, I don't know what outside felt like.
So I don't know what early, because I was outside for early, but for mid, it was cracking. It was cracking. Because my Ghetto Report Card came out 2006. And the hyphy movement just swept until we got the Jerk. And we got Jerk movement, then we went to Ratchet, and then California was up since 2003. We got Game in 2003, and we didn't stop until like after Mustard kind of cooled down, like late 2000 teens.
Yeah.
So it was up out here. That's what outside felt like.
I might be dragging it now, but it's like, because you gotta count Sugar Free and DJ Quick.
Yeah, but that was 90s.
But where they at?
Oh, I ain't finna do that. Because then you gotta go Dog Pound. You gotta, like, I ain't finna do all this shit. I don't know. Like, I wasn't outside for that.
It had to be a time though where it's like, all right, this pack right here, they going up, and ain't nobody else doing nothing. Then it's like it might get quiet, and then all right, this pack right here, they going up, but ain't nobody. You get what I'm saying? Or it's this whole group of niggas. Like when MMG hit the scene.
Yeah.
It's like they doing it right here, then they doing it right. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I do. Okay, this is what I will say, and we can move on. I remember certain milestones. I remember at one point nobody was bigger than DMX. I remember at one point nobody was bigger than Nelly. I remember at one point nobody was bigger than Eminem. I remember at one point nobody was bigger than Nicki Minaj. I remember at one point nobody was bigger than Ye. Same thing for 50. Same thing for Game.
Yeah.
Other than that, like where all the shit go and all that, but and T.I. And Luda too. But that was like the 2000s.
Yeah.
As far as rap. That's my perspective. Gucci came later. Gucci was after 2010. Like, ish.
Maybe a lot
Not 2010, 25. After 2005, that's when people was like, oh, I'm fucking with Goo-Wop.
Yeah. Maybe a lot of them
and Jeezy too. Sorry.
They probably, a lot of them probably roll over into other people's prime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how you said, you remember this person was running it, and it's like, okay, I don't know the timeline, so I'm not speaking in exact right now. But let's say if Nelly hot, and then boom, T.I. hot. Nelly still kind of hot, while T.I. hot. Then boom, Nelly cold, and now T.I. hot. Boom, T.I. getting it cracking. Then all right, now I don't know, Ja Rule hot. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody probably rolled over into each other, and it was probably so much good music coming out that you didn't. Because that was a luxury. We talking about 3 niggas right now. That was a luxury that a lot of people, we just said how all them albums came out in 2005.
Like, we can't even pick a big 3 in 2005.
Because it's a big 30. Because the music was so good. Yeah, but we'll talk about this all day. But yeah, let us know. Hit us up in the comments and tell us who you think was the big 3 before the current big 3, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole.